So I have already done 6 takes of this, it looks like. We can focus here. There we go. I've already done 6 takes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to be my final take. I'll prove that. Well, I'll encourage it to be the case. We'll see what happens. So this is a journal of Sunday, August 14th, 2016. I'm going to read through it. Here is food consumption: 250 calories from a Cliff Bar, 120 calories from a drink containing chia seeds. It looks like this is, I don't know, I still haven't actually added up the numbers, but I've kind of estimated it to be around 1,200 in some previous take. The day before that, or the journal entry that I had before that, I had just shy, 50 calories shy of 2,000 calories. Ideas. Well, I'll start with this idea. The idea is just that it might be interesting to think of this as a history of ideas. Thoughts that touched my mind. Okay, here's the next idea. Plot, sleep, log it. So I'm logging the food. I think it might be a good idea to log sleep, considering that my sleep schedule is erratic. Check PayPal speed. I can get paid in Ether, which is a cryptocurrency similar to Bitcoin, and that can easily go into Coinbase, but I would like to use it at the grocery store coming from PayPal. But there's some issue with these accounts. For some reason cannot be linked. So there's an intermediary account, and I need to know how quickly I can send money from one friend on PayPal to another friend on PayPal. I think it might be rate limited at something like $500 a month. I feel like I've heard of that in the past, but that could be completely not true. So I need to find out. This is an idea. Live somewhere I can keep my door unlocked. That, I think, would be nice. I think, I mean, you know, there are pros and cons to everything, but I think that the benefits from living somewhere very, very safe might be pretty good for me. Vlog. This is just the word came to mind. I am pretty confident I did not invent the word. But I think it's a good word to describe what this is. Push forward, don't try to make the past prettier. That's kind of connected with this. That's in the spirit of that, I'm writing the final. This is the final one. I'm not going to keep trying to make it appear as though I improvised this. I mean, that thing that I did right there, I did that in one of these takes. When I did it, it was an improvisation, but it wasn't really an improvisation right now, except that, well, anyways. The star means, and it means here, that later in the day, I had the same idea, and instead of writing it down again, I put a star next to the previous idea. Or had the same idea. The idea touched my mind again. So it might be that if an idea touches my mind often, that maybe it's a good idea. Who knows? Club of people with vlogs. That seems like it might be cool if other people were I mean, I assume that there are, if I got in touch with other people doing this sort of thing, like reading their daily vlog, or listening, watching, experiencing their daily vlog, that might be cool. Play guitar at Bitfarm. Occasionally I try to think of places that it might be good to, that I could do something loud, like play the guitar without disturbing anyone. Bit mining use. Sometimes I feel like it's such a waste that all of these machines are spending their time SHA-256 hashing bits together. They are doing something. I mean, those bits are in some sense, like there is a use for them that keeps Bitcoin alive. But it seems like there might be some useful side use of what they produce. And the thought here was that maybe one thing it could be used for is a random source of noise. Random.org will provide you random data. However, one thing that people sometimes want is fresh random data that nobody else has, like it's their own random data that they're getting. And it's, I guess, hard to prepare high volume of that and offer it to everyone in general, because there's a lot. And I think random.org, I don't know this, but I think they charge money for that. In any case, Bitcoin boxes that you can buy for in the neighborhood of $3,000 produce 14 trillion hashes. A hash is 256 bits of essentially random noise per second. Read my letter to Jay. That is a note to myself, and I did that. Learn Morse code again. That would be cool. Learn Russian, Korean alphabets. I would like to learn those because they're phonetic. Learn Chinese. Need partners. I think it'd be good to have partners, perhaps, who also wanted to learn English for these sorts of things, and need partners is connected with, like, maybe if they did a blog like that would be even more amazing. And there are lots of people in the world, so maybe there's somebody exactly like that. Try and settle down. That is 2 T's. In previous takes, I had said try and scale down, treating these 2 T's kind of like an A. So now I'm explaining a mistake that I didn't even make this time. Try and settle down somewhere and try getting involved in the community. I've been moving around a lot. That might be interesting to do. I, in my mind, kind of connect that with this somewhere safe idea. I feel overbooked in a way. Maybe you could route some through this. The idea kind of on my mind here is I do know a fair number of people, and I would like to stay connected with them. That's an idea that's been on my mind of late. Of late meaning, years. In any case, this thing is kind of a way that I'm hoping maybe I can, in some way, keep in touch with people. I guess it's sort of connected with these things here. If you imagine the club of people with blogs being like my friends and family. Anyway, that's that idea. Be empirical about it. This is just a meme that's kind of wanted to re-emphasize it to myself. I mean, it was an idea that came to my mind. I was like, yeah, I kind of like that idea about being empirical about things. Trying them out rather than trying to think about what would happen. The example at the time that made me feel all jazzed about it was that I made the decision in trying to think about how loudly stuff going on in this room could be heard in the next room. I decided to go into the next room and hear. In any case, I write that down. I mean, I say what I just said as a story of why I wrote this down. I mean, I'm not certain that that's the ordering of things. They're pretty close in time, those two things. Note: stopped loud breathing. I was clearly concerned about sound traveling to other rooms. I decided to stop the loud breathing exercise because it was this loud. And I wrote here, there's something magical about the morning. That is, well, as I recall, I mean, it's not the morning right now, so I'm not, memory can only do so much. I do not feel all of the magic that I remember being there in the morning. But when the morning is there, then it is there. Anyway, I'm kind of excited about that, because I think that I may see the morning again today. But the magical feeling that I'm talking about, I feel like I've had very few times in my life, because often in my life I'm on a schedule where I am asleep during the morning. Let's see, put ID in video title so I can find it. The idea is I wanted to create some ID, maybe this, that I could put in the title of the video, and I could tell people this is my video, and that's something they could Google search for to find the video on YouTube or whatever. Anyway, read. There's a note to read more. Well, to start reading on some regular basis. That was the thought. That was the idea. All right, I've lost focus. Metaphorically, perhaps. Okay. We still have some time. So I can go over these things here. Working memory. These are some things that went through my mind. Over here, I have been thinking about these large magnitude numbers, and I was interested also in thinking about what how many cells there are in the body. And this little note here is kind of saying that I'm not talking about a cell phone number, I'm talking about the number of cells. This drawing of cells. Stuff good at. Just of late I've been I thought it might be a good idea to note down things that I think that I'm good at doing. I just laughed because the second one is forgetting. I remember as I was writing that, I was thinking about having little like minus or plus signs. About whether these things were good or bad, but I decided to go without that. Being efficient, improv. I think there is a sense in which I am good, very good at all of these things. But there's also a fair sense in which I'm not. I'm sure somebody could create an improv scenario in which I would completely fail. But in some improv scenarios, I'm very good. To do, I think I probably won't do these actually, because I think this video that it's talking about here, I think that video is actually deleted now. Okay, this is very close to the end. I'm going to have to stop now because YouTube will not accept the video if it's more than 15 minutes.